I am Mrs. Slevin from the Science Department, and I am delighted to accept this invitation this morning to offer a reflection. Let's take a few moments and transport ourselves back to the lake of Gennesaret. This beautiful freshwater lake in northern Israel, surrounded by settlements and villages with plenty of fishing trade, is the world's lowest freshwater lake at 702 feet below sea level, and the second lowest point on Earth, and was formed due to the movement of tectonic plates. But enough of the science, let's get back to the story. We know this lake as the Sea of Galilee, the scene of many episodes of Jesus' life and much of his ministry. And on this day, warm and bright, local people have gathered and crowded around Jesus to listen to this preacher and healer. With the crowd growing, Jesus hops in a tethered boat belonging to Simon and casts a few meters offshore so he can be better seen and heard like a stage. Looking out at the people at that moment, it probably dawns on Jesus that he needs some help to spread his message. A few good people, faith-filled, hard-working, academic of mind, honest and just in spirit, folks who can become leaders. He sees Simon and other fishermen mending and cleaning their nets at the shore and thinks, these are the people I need. And he sends them an invite to join him there and then. Not a fancy, embossed, double-enveloped, glittery card, not an email or a Facebook message, but simply this. He said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and let down the nets for a catch." Now the fishermen were tired after a night's work. You see, they fished under the night sky so that the dark water would obscure the linen nets from the beady eyes of the fish. At first they hesitate, but then they accept the task and cast out the nets, only to haul in a miraculous catch of fish. Astounded, shocked, humbled, they realize the magnitude of the invitation, and they accept and follow this man, Jesus, in faith, trust, and hope. An invitation is such a powerful tool. Whether you are the inviter or the invitee, the act of invitation sends a message. I want you to join me because you are special. Moments in my life will be better with your company. The invitee feels wanted, cherished, loved, and accepted, whilst the inviter demonstrates great trust and leadership. And the beauty of the invitation is that the act comes in many forms, shapes, and sizes. So now for the stories. Okay. When I was growing up at home in Northern Ireland, there was and still is an unspoken and unwritten invitation to people's homes. Front doors were not locked, no advance phone calls. Simply, we would drop by our aunts and uncles, grandparents and close family friends. We might buzz the doorbell as we walked in, invited but unannounced, did the hello, how are you, sat at the kitchen table, drank tea with a few biscuits. Maybe, if it was a Sunday, there would be a piece of cake or a slice of apple tart. And even in the house that I grew up in, there was an open invite policy. As the eldest of 6 children, in the summer months it was not unusual for the numbers of youngsters to swell to the teens as my brothers and sisters brought home all their friends and acquaintances. No parental permission was needed. We knew the invitation was there until 6 p.m. when Mum and Dad got home from work and it was dinner time and everyone was shooed home. But in the long summer evenings, where it was light until well after 10 or 11 p.m., with dinner eaten and dishes done, like the abundant fish in Simon Peter's daytime nets, our home would fill up again with the local kids. My first official invite was accepted on my behalf by my mum and dad when I was just a wee tiny 7-day-old baby. It was my baptism, my invitation to be part of the Catholic Church, and having received that sacrament of baptism, I became a follower and a believer of Jesus Christ. In 1980, I got an invite from a fella. We were 18 at the time, to go to dinner. No big deal, this boy was part of a wider group of friends, but as he arrived at our house and faced the giggles of my younger brothers and sisters, and the inquisitive greetings from my parents, I could not have foreseen that I would still be having dinner with that guy, 41 years, 3 children, multiple countries, many ups and downs, later. Of course, my lovely husband, Jim. We moved to the US in 1994. It was a big deal, knowing very few people, settled in Sunnyvale, and sent our kids to the local Catholic church. Jim and I received an invite to a 40th birthday party from a couple whose kids went to the same school. I was apprehensive. I really didn't know them well, and I felt awkward. But we accepted the invitation. And I am so glad. The mother of that family would become a dear friend. And at that time, I did not know that in 12 years I would face a serious disease, and that this woman would accompany me through every step of the journey. Thank you, Mrs. Doyle, for your invite all those years ago. It is really exciting and lovely to receive an invitation, be it a wedding, a birthday, a graduation, or a baby shower. When we are invited to share special occasions, we are welcomed to embrace the intimate moments of those that we care about. And I imagine this is how Andrew and Simon Peter and John and James, the first disciples, must have felt when they responded to Jesus' invitation to follow him and become fishers of men. Appointed to invite other people and follow and believe the word of Jesus. I believe that our lives are charmed by invitation. We accepted an invitation to become part of the Archbishop Mitty community as students, teachers, and staff. We could have said no thank you, but we accepted the invite. We have been trusted to act out and continue the legacy of this Catholic school community. We are chosen and placed, and entrusted with the act of extending the invitation to others by our work, our words, and our deeds. So how do we do this? Well, simply invite and be invited to a club, the campus ministry, the arts, athletics, doing your best work, a retreat, or doing the very ordinary. Do you want to come to 7-Eleven after school? Do you want to come to the library? Invite a teacher to write a recommendation for a student. Invite a classmate to help you with your mathematics. Accept the invite from the teacher who says, I can help you. And say yes to the prom or back to school invite. Because at the end of the day, we do not know what wondrous joy and happiness and great fun the giving or accepting of that invitation will bring us.